I think one of the biggest reasons people stay stuck is because they keep trying to change their circumstances without changing the way they see themselves. I saw a comment recently that said, "Identity is just a point of view. You only need to change the perspective from which you're looking." And that really stuck with me. Because think about your life. The facts are the facts. I took time away from school. I've struggled financially. I've had relationships end. And there were times I genuinely didn't know what I was doing with my life. And those things happened. But none of those things automatically mean I'm behind. I'm a failure. I'm bad with money. And that I'm lost. Those are interpretations. Those are perspectives. And I've realized that if I keep looking at my life from the perspective of someone who's behind, I'll keep behaving like someone who's behind. I'll compare myself. I'll doubt myself. I'll hesitate. I'll look at everything other people have and everything I don't. But what happens if I look from a different place? What if I'm not behind? What if I'm rebuilding? What if the years I thought I wasted actually gave me experiences I'm going to use for the rest of my life? What if the financial pressure I'm experiencing isn't proof that I'm destined to struggle, but the exact thing forcing me to become financially capable? What if the relationships I've lost aren't proof that I'm unlovable, but experiences teaching me how I want to communicate, love, and show up? Nothing about the past changed. The meaning did. And that changes what you do next. That's what I think people miss about identity. You don't always need to become a completely different person. Sometimes you just need to stop looking at yourself through the eyes of the person you used to be. Because if you see yourself as someone who can't figure things out, every problem becomes proof. But if you see yourself as someone who figures things out, problems become something to solve. If you see failure as proof you're not good enough, you'll avoid it. If you see failure as information, you'll use it. If you see uncertainty as proof you're lost, you'll panic. If you see uncertainty as part of building your life, you'll keep moving. So maybe the question isn't, who do I need to become? And maybe it's, from what perspective am I looking at myself? And you don't need to force yourself to think this way 24/7. In fact, I don't think that's how you make this change stick. You practice it slowly. Start with one moment a day. Something goes wrong. You get rejected. You make a mistake. You look at your bank account. You feel behind. And before you automatically believe the first thought that comes into your head, pause and just for a second ask, what am I making this mean? Then ask, is there another way I could look at this? And that's it. You don't need to force a positive thought. You don't need to convince yourself that everything is amazing. Just create another option. Instead of I'm behind, try I'm building from where I am. Instead of I fucked up, try okay, what did that teach me? Instead of I don't know what I'm doing, why not try I don't know yet? I'll figure it out. And then act from that perspective. Do it once, then again tomorrow, then when you're stressed, then when you're angry, then when something actually goes wrong. Because eventually, you won't have to sit down and consciously remind yourself. You'll start catching the old perspective automatically. You'll notice the thought. You'll question it. You'll choose another interpretation, and eventually, that becomes your default. That's how I think identity actually changes. Not through one massive decision, through hundreds of tiny moments where you choose to see yourself differently. You don't have to wake up tomorrow as a completely new person. Just practice looking at yourself from the perspective of the person you're becoming. And eventually, you'll stop having to practice. It'll just be you. Because the perspective became the identity, and the identity became the way you live. So the next time something happens and your first thought is, I'm fucked, pause. Ask yourself, is this actually who I am, or is this just the perspective I'm looking from? Because maybe you're not behind. Maybe you're becoming. Maybe you're not lost, and maybe you're building. And maybe you don't need a completely different life to become a different person. Maybe you just need to look at the life you already have from a different point of view. Change the perspective, then take the next step.